Okay, hello, this is Airsoft Steve Cope. Just a little bit of an update here. I'm not gonna make a proper video for a while. I'm still getting used to software that I have. And plus I'm just trying to save up to get a tripod for the camera, but there's other priorities first. Okay, so first up, I'm going to be doing a 5-day airsoft event over in Sweden. You might have heard of it, Budget 10. Uh, Not only that, but I have well, purchased for me as a gift was an M16A4 by Classic Army. I'm going to be upgrading that. I'm going to be adding stuff to it. That's going to take quite a bit of money, but by budget 10 I should have a fully modernised M16A4 by Classic Army, and it is full metal. It's not the Sportline version, so it'll feel proper. It'll feel quite good, let's put it that way. Okay, so on another front, now I don't get in the habit of doing this quite often. Well, actually, yeah, I do get in the habit of doing this quite often, but I'm going to talk about politics. Okay, so as most people now know, most people know what I knew a couple of years ago. The world is going to shit. Politics is just corrupt. You've got corporations, you've got media and law all working together, all as corrupt as each other, all to keep the poor people poor and the 1% of rich people absolutely stonking rich. So, George Osborne's latest budget is basically an attack on poor people. Now, rich people are going to end up sometimes better off, but overall, poor people, the bottom 30% earners, now that's just bottom 30%, other people lose out more, but bottom 30% of earners in this country are set to lose about 30% of the amount of money that they have, and poor people are struggling enough already. Okay, I'm struggling, my family is struggling, you know, everybody's struggling. I mean, this is tough times, but rich people say they're struggling too, but that's absolute bullshit, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to afford a house every fucking week. So, now we've got this situation in this country where you've got, rich people, you've got poor people, you've got nothing really in between. There's no chances for poor people, to make any money because, well, I did a business course not so long ago. Um, Now, at that time, the tax information that we had, it amounted to the government would take approximately 60% of every bit of money you make. So you make a tenner, you only get £4 back. I mean, how do they expect to stimulate business growth when you've got absurd figures like that, and they still expect people to pay higher and higher taxes? They expect people to be able to live. I don't see how that's gonna. I don't know how that's gonna work. Another big problem is then you've got one of the world's biggest superpowers, America, our close allies. We've basically been on a lead. We're a puppy to them. Now, most people might not have heard about this. They enacted a bill and they passed it almost in secret. Unfortunately, it did leak out onto the internet, which means a lot of people were aware of it. However, as always, the US always manages to sneak things through. So, this law, allows the US military, on the orders of the president, to go out, not only just in America, but around the world, including Britain, and snatch up, now, not just US citizens, but any citizen of any country that they can get to with their military forces. Now, it states any country with a US military presence. Now, I believe we've still got some places that have US troops over here. I don't know how many, but there is probably a couple. There's a lot in Europe, especially Germany. Australia now has US military bases. Many places. Japan, Korea, everywhere. Okay, so essentially what they've done is, in law, they've written themselves an empire. They can arrest anybody who speaks against them, even me. Hell, who knows? So you on that front, you've got that. I mean, they've activated FEMA camps, basically concentration camps. Okay, ghetto camps. I'm talking anywhere from like 10,000 people up to 1 million people capacity, and that is absolutely disgusting. Their whole plan was to force everybody to work for the government, to work for the elites, to work for the corporations. No matter what you want to be a farmer, tough shit, you're going to work for the corporation. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous, It shocks me. You want to lead a simple life, tough shit, the corporations want your blood. The corporations want, your body. They want you to be a drone. They don't want you for who you are. Okay, I try to work for game, okay? Corporation, yes. Now, all they want is people who look good. Not necessarily that know how to do their job, but those that look good, okay? Because, well, let's just look sell at the end of the day to the average person. And that's what they're looking for, really. I mean, they don't really give a shit. They might say that they want people who know the stuff, but they never do. Now, this is the problem with society nowadays. It's all looks based. It's no substance. All flash, no substance, right? So, sorry, but society. Now, many people consider this to be an issue of immigration. Okay, now I'm English. Okay, I'm born and bred English. I'm half Londoner, half Yorkshire. Okay, that's a mix of two great English things, right? Now, here's the problem, right? We've got rampant immigration. Now, I'm not saying immigration is a bad thing, okay? Now, don't get me confused with one of these racists that we've got on YouTube. But illegal immigration is absolutely rampant, okay? I'm talking about guys who come in, they take cash in hand, they send their money back home, they build mansions, and they bugger off, okay? They steal from the taxpayer, they steal from, everybody they steal from, okay? And our government seems to bend over left, right, and centre for them, because somehow the EU Human Rights Convention protects illegal immigrants, but it doesn't protect the people who are actually living in the country and were born and bred in the country, okay? Now, this is absolutely dreadful. I mean, I've looked, or in the news recently, was a pair of 4 Muslim girls from Somalia. Now, Muslims aren't supposed to drink, right? I mean, we know that. Everybody knows that. Now, these girls had broken that. They had gone out, they'd got drunk, and then they decided to beat up a white guy. Now, if it's the other way round, it's one of the works, it'd be called racist, it would be called discrimination. The people would have been put in jail for a long time because racial motivated attack. Now, these girls were shouting stuff like "die white scum," stuff like that. Put in front of a court, and they used the excuse, "Oh, we're Muslim, we're not used to drink, we're not used to alcohol." The court let them off. This poor girl had been beaten to an inch of her life. No, immigrants are more important than our own people, apparently. So, now again, I'm not trying to be racist here. I'm not intending to be racist, and I hope this doesn't come across as racist. But illegal immigration, people who don't assimilate into our culture. Now, I know, live your own way, but don't bring that onto the streets and try and impose your own culture on us, okay? Because this is our country, this has been for thousands of years, apart from all the invasions we've had. But overall, this country has remained British. You know, this is not Iraq, this is not Afghanistan, you know, this is not India, this is not China, and this is definitely not America. Now, all these different people bringing in their cultures are trying to influence us, they're trying to influence each other, and that's where you get clashes, that's where you get riots, that's where you get opportunists, that's where you know, all the trouble comes from, okay? You know, if these people would keep their cultures, you know, in their homes, right, that's their own territory. Out in the streets, that's Britain, okay? You know, that's our land, you know, that's our place, okay? Now, again, I'm not trying to be racist, but that is one of the big problems about stuff nowadays, is just the sheer amount of bullcrap that's going about, the sheer amount of utter hate, the, you know, divisions and everything. And all the meanwhile, the elites are loving this because that's what they want. They want us to fight each other instead of them. If we actually put down our hatred for each other and went after them, we would not be in the shit we are now, because we would have realised a long time ago that these fuckers are playing us. They don't want us to, you know, they don't want us to have money. They don't want us to get rich and die happy. No. They want to keep all that wealth, all that power locked up for themselves. That's typical rich person stuff. Right, so I think that's about it for this video. Otherwise I'm going to be ranting on for ages. Remember to rate, comment and subscribe. And sorry for the lag of actual video, but I'm still trying to get used to the HD camcorder, and for some reason I'm just getting visual artifacts all the time. Okay, that's it for now.